All right, welcome back to the channel. Today, I have a little bit more of a serious video I want to go over just because the channel has been growing kind of at an astronomical rate. We pretty much gained over 100 subscribers again within the last day, and that's fantastic. I really do appreciate all the support, guys. Again, it really means a lot. But with that being said, I did want to go over a couple points that I wrote down about the Pokemon investing space as a whole, and especially on YouTube, because there's a few things probably that don't get mentioned as often that should be mentioned, and this includes myself not mentioning them. And so I'm going to try to do a better job of this in the future, but I want to just lay some of the groundwork down and where I come from on this viewpoint. And before we jump into it, obviously I am not like a licensed certified professional to give investment advice. A lot of this stuff is based on past data that I look at and also my own opinions. I've been in the space. I had to clarify this to someone in the comments last time. I've been back in the Pokemon space since 2021, early February 2021. I did Metazoo, I did Dragon Ball, I did Pokemon. So I've been here a couple years. That doesn't mean, I know any better than anyone else. I just want to put that out there because I know I'm a newer channel. I know a lot of people are sort of skeptical of taking advice from someone that's a newer channel, and you can choose to not take my advice. That's also an option. But being a creator, you have to tread carefully in terms of what you say, and realize that it does have implications and impacts on people that consume your content. So I am doing this video to sort of go over my thoughts regarding my own content moving forward, and also the content of others that I consume and that others consume, and just sort of my viewpoint on it. So probably one of the biggest issues in the Pokemon investing YouTuber channel space is that creators oftentimes forget or just don't distinguish between what an investment is in terms of its relative time horizon. So if someone's talking to you about a card, a single, for example, defining that investment time horizon that they're talking about, whether that's short term, medium term, long term, what that looks like. Is it 2 months? Is it 3 months? Is it a year? Is it 5 years? Same goes for sealed. Usually that's typically longer term investments. And then the other side of that is the level of effort of the investment. So you have flipping, which I would consider very short term or short term investments. Again, maybe that's the wrong word to use for it, but flipping is, I would say, a form of investing, as you're putting money forward towards something in hopes of making profit. Or even though it's very, very short term or short term, I still see it, I think it falls within the umbrella in some way, shape, or form. Another level of effort you could have for investments is, actively running or managing a business where you may have some of those shorter term plays, or you're getting product from distributors. You are investing in product in hopes of making a margin on it when you go to sell it after fees and shipping and all that. And then the final one that I'll talk about, which is usually the more common one I think that people think about, is passive investment, which usually we see in the Pokemon hobby with sealed, whether that be sealed boxes, sealed cases, sealed auxiliary products, which we usually don't see as good of returns on, but typically booster boxes and booster box cases, at least in recent years especially, have been seen as the more passive investments, the longer term investments, where you kind of just buy the item. You don't really have to do anything with it. You don't have to worry about the charts or reprints or anything like that necessarily. You can come back to it in 3 years, 5 years if you wanted to. And generally speaking, over time, it will increase in value. And so this is a topic I just wanted to bring up because, again, this is something that I probably could be doing a much better job of defining and being clear about in my own videos, since the term investing is just like a huge buzzword that gets thrown around the space a bunch. So I will be trying to do a better job of defining that with certain cards or items that I'm looking at or showing you guys in the future. The next issue with the Pokemon investing space, which is really just maybe it's not an issue, but it is the way things are with YouTube in general, is clickbait content. So that means, very not misleading, but like very enticing or controversial titles, thumbnails, things that get people stirred up, and oftentimes are very negative or over dramatic or emphasized so that people click on their videos. I am, again, new channel, but I have had several channels in the past where you do the same thing. You have these big bold letters saying, sell it now, buy it now. That unfortunately is how the YouTube algorithm sort of suggests content, is based on how many people get clicks and things like that, how many people are watching videos for a certain amount of time. Those titles and thumbnails are usually meant to just hook the viewer in, and I know can sometimes feel a little bit disingenuous. My best piece of advice as a viewer in regards to that is trust your gut instinct. Usually it steers you right on evaluating whether or not you trust someone or if they're actually giving sound advice. Don't just blindly listen to everything you hear. That includes listening to stuff from me. Not everything I say is going to be correct. A lot of it is going to be based on things that I see or think or hear from other channels, and sort of mixing it all together and formulating my own opinion. But I try not to be disingenuous. I'm trying to not say things that are just like to benefit myself, right? I'm not telling you that I suggest you buy a card or sell a card because I think it benefits me. This channel is just a platform for me to be able to sort of voice what I'm looking at currently, what I think are good buys, what I'm looking at selling. Again, it's all relative to when I've bought it personally. So I try to specify that in the videos, but sometimes I could do a better job of clarifying that. So on that same topic, I know there's a lot of times where Pokemon investment YouTubers seem like they sit there and they talk as if they know exactly what's going on. They know exactly what's going to happen with 100% confidence or certainty. And that's just not true. Everyone, including myself, we're all just placing bets based on past data and our own personal experiences, and sometimes a little bit of our own opinions, as well as you take what someone else has said and you formulate your own opinion. No one knows exactly what's going to happen ever, right? We're using data that we can see on TCG Player, eBay, trends, looking at where the money is flowing to, how much supply is on the market, how much demand there is for that supply on the market, the sell-through rate, things like that. The last point I'll mention is that a lot of YouTubers, including myself, talk about a lot of these great plays or where you should be putting your money. Again, not giving financial advice necessarily, as if you can't do the research yourself or look at the charts yourself. The one side of that is that some of the viewers may just be too busy. They already make a lot of money, or they don't have time. They're working multiple jobs to where they don't have time to look at these charts, track every single card, the trends, all that on a day-to-day basis. And could be seen as a benefit of some of these channels is that they maybe can find out about some of the plays or what's going on in the market without necessarily needing to spend hours and hours doing the research themselves. But yeah, I guess in summary, I just wanted to call out a few of the things that, I could be doing a better job of, and things that I know people maybe don't read between the lines necessarily and see with some of these channels. Again, including myself now, because I'm choosing to take on some of this content. I genuinely am interested in the market. I always have been the last couple years, in the sense that it's pretty much a daily thing where I'm spending 2 or 3 hours active on Discord, Instagram, Facebook, all these things. And I feel like I have a pulse on the market, at least a little bit, to where I can make content on it, and I enjoy doing it. Yeah, I just wanted to give my thoughts on some of the issues I see on the Pokemon investing YouTuber channels and space as a whole. I think as the market continues to heat up, you'll see more small channels pop up here and there, like mine. And some of them will be genuine folks who have just rediscovered the hobby or reinvigorated their passion for making videos, and will be genuine people that, don't mean harm. And you'll just have to gauge whether or not you believe them or if you think their advice is sound. But yeah, just be careful out there. Trust your gut. Ask others questions all the time. Don't just blindly buy things because you heard some random dude on YouTube talking about them, or sell your entire collection because someone's clickbait title or thumbnail says to dump everything. You got to think as your own individual self and just take certain things with a grain of salt and formulate your own opinion. I haven't recorded this type of video ever before, so let me know what you think down below in the comments. As always, I got to show myself at the end, like and subscribe as well. I appreciate all the support recently, guys. I really am going to try to do a better job of maybe defining, when I use the word investment, that buzzword, defining what I mean by that relative to the item that I'm talking about. But yeah, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will catch you guys in the next one soon. Peace.